It's Maddy! Ellwanger!
Hello there, darling!
For the cocaine music video, I had this idea of covering an entire room in tinfoil. And this idea really came from a dream I had when I was like a really little kid. And I remember I went to school one day and we were in class and we were learning about drugs and like different types of drugs and why drugs were bad for you and why you shouldn't do them. And the one drug that I remember them talking about the most was crystal meth, because it was just such an interesting name and it just sounded so weird that you would call a drug that. But I'm from Colorado, and when you're in Colorado, there's literally nothing to do except for become a meth addict, apparently, for some reason. It was like one of the biggest problems in Colorado was meth, so they talked about it a lot. And I remember I didn't know what drugs looked like or how people did them or anything about them, so I always assumed for some reason that crystal meth was made of like literal crystals from like a cave. Like they'd have to go to the cave and find all these crystals and diamonds and things, and I don't know, I guess I thought they were like crystals and jewels, and that they'd have to go to a cave and pick out the crystals or something like that, and then they make the meth out of the crystals, or the meth was the crystals, not just they went and made something that was crystallized. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I thought it was, but it was very confusing to me. And one night I had this really vivid dream of myself in a cave full of crystals, and I was just terrified because I thought if I stayed in a cave too long that I was going to become addicted to meth, and then I was going to get in trouble, and then I was going to die. And I just remember just like freaking out in this dream, but it was like really pretty and really sparkly, because I mean they were crystals. Crystals are fucking pretty. So it's just this weird dream of like being like, oh my god, it's so pretty, but like also I need to get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna get in so much trouble. It was just like, it's just so weird. It was like the most ridiculous thing, but I was like 7, so cut me some slack, it's fine. And I don't remember my dreams very often, so that was one that had always stuck with me so vividly throughout my entire life, and I've always remembered that dream. And just, I was thinking like the cave is so sparkly and shiny and pretty, and I remember wondering like, how can something so pretty be like so bad and so just like, you know, bad for you? So when I was thinking of what to do for the cocaine music video, it reminded me of that dream, and that I used to think drugs were made of literal crystals, and I wanted to recreate that because I thought that would be very interesting. And I wasn't exactly sure how to make a room full of crystals, but I thought that, you know, tinfoil is so shiny and reflective that if you crumpled it up, the light would hit it in different ways and make it sparkly and kind of crystal-like. So that's where covering the entire room in crystals, or not crystals, but tinfoil really came from. And it's definitely the most basic music video I've ever made, but the concept is still one of my absolute favorites, and I'd really love to do something like that again, but in a more detailed and in-depth sort of way. So that's where the concept came from, and that's how I made the music video for Cocaine.
This has been a Ellwanger production! Oh god, my freaking knocker popped out.